Matthew 6 and 21, King James Bible. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Sounds like a proverb, really, doesn't it? If our heart is loving the world and the things in the world, that's where we think our treasure is, and that's where our focus will be. If our heart is more focused on the spiritual reality rather than the temporal illusion, knowing that that's where our treasure is, because it's eternal. That which is seen is temporal, that which is unseen is eternal. Surely we get that all the things of the world will turn to dust, will melt away, will become as nothing. Even the Mona Lisa's falling apart, to quote Tyler Durden. And we only have to think about our family in the flesh. Our great-great-great-great-great-grandparents, they're not here, are they? They're not. There's no evidence that they even existed, probably. So our treasure is the eternal. And the King, the eternal King, God, the only wise, eternal, invisible and immortal God. Anyway, just had a little speaking to this yesterday in Southport. This couple, the man, he was, for me, it was clear that he was really, is struggling the right word? Probably not. Anyway, it will do for now. He was really battling with the whole truth of needing to die to self and hating the world and the things in the world, rejecting that and trusting on Jesus Christ as a spirit. Now, whether it's possible, it seemed to me that there was something going on with him. He really was like. Anyway, it may well have been that in that moment he got born again. It seemed that was a possibility to me. You could see his battle, or the flesh's battle not to die to self, and the spirit, overcoming that and gaining the victory. It was amazing actually to see. He was really like. Anyway, and then his wife, she wasn't. She and the funny thing was, and this is what prompted this verse, was she kept saying the same thing. It was about sin and how if you're born again you cannot sin, 1 John 3 and 6. And she was focused on sin, and it was 4 times to say the same thing to her, that when you're born again in God with Christ, you cannot sin because God is perfect, so you're perfect, essentially. And in the flesh you can only sin. Yeah, as the distinction between the man Jesus Christ, the mediator, made sin for us, and Jesus Christ the Spirit. And the point is, sorry, being a bit rambly, the point is she just kept coming back to it. And the same thing was said again and again, as I say, 4 times. And it just occurred to me that her whole focus was on the flesh and what the flesh does. And the man was given, well, they were both at the same time, but he was, battling with this metaphor, if you like, that or example that Marcus gave in one of his videos. Bit crass, perhaps. For me, it was funny that it doesn't matter. You could be snorting a line of cocaine off a prostitute's back in a casino. That doesn't affect your salvation. If you're born again, you're born again. Anyway, the point is, let's get to make it a bit clear. She was really focused on how important it was not to sin in the flesh. So her whole focus was the flesh. Yeah? For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. And it seemed to me, he wasn't so focused on the flesh and the sins of the flesh. His attention was... So you get it. It was like there was a completely different focus in their heart. He was focused on the spirit. She was focused on the flesh. He was focused on the gospel message of salvation. She was focused on, I thank God I'm not like other men. The self-righteous, probably progressive sanctification lie of becoming saved, being saved. What the modern versions say, rather than, as the King James Bible says, we are saved. It was just interesting to me. It was really clear that they each had a completely different mind, if you want to say it that. Heart. Anyway. That was it, really. Oh, yeah. Matthew 7:15. Beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. The pastors, the imams, the priests, the mollahs, these are the ravening wolves now, aren't they? Organised religion. Okay, that's it. God bless.